I'm known as Patrick Finn, Pat, Frenchfort, Moore, County Galway. I retired. I was supervisor in the council. I'm retired now from I suppose 5-day week, but now it's gone to 7 days a week with the farm and with one thing another. But it's a great life. I suppose I've been mostly into horses, showing, breeding mares, more and some dry stock as well, some cattle. I suppose I'm 45 years, I don't know how many years going to Dublin, probably 50 years this stage, but to me the RDS, the Dublin Horse Show was something special, and you go in there and the clicking of the horse's feet, and it just gives you, it's like when you're hurting, it gives you a drive, and it's a lovely feeling. And that was our family, we used to go there, that was our holiday, there was no thing as going flying out to the sun, because you couldn't afford it, and with a big family, but we used to go there and we used to have a great time, and I suppose you got the buzz and you'd be looking out in the ring and you say, gee, wouldn't I love to breed something like that or have something like that? And that was the dream to show in Dublin. I bought this Connemara foal back in Clifton off Latimer St. P.T. Malay, and he had a great breed of mares, and I bought a foal off him, lucky enough to get a foal off him. And she went on and she won a good few classes. She won a championships as a yearling in local shows around Galway. So then we decided that we'd bring her to Dublin the following year. And I showed her myself, and it was a dream. Like she won Dublin, and I suppose that it's in your blood. If you love the horses and you love the showing and you love the bit of banter and and then that was it. I suppose when I won with a pony, and I suppose going back when I was younger, I used to work the Irish drafts for my father, Latimer St. and I would see the lovely draft mares out there, and I wanted to get there, to get a mare or breed a mare, get to Dublin and show a draft. And I've been lucky enough that I have done that to get prize winners in Dublin in the drafts. With a 3-year-old filly, she won the All-Ireland as a yearling, she won as a 2-year-old, and then went to Dublin, and she was champion yearling in Dublin. She was champion 2-year-old in Dublin, but last year I suppose it topped the whole lot. Like she went on to win the Laidlaw Cup, the supreme champion young horse. And I suppose, to win Dublin to me is a great achievement, and it's a lifetime ambition. But to win the supreme champion of Dublin, there's no feeling. Like, it's your dream. It's your dream to do that, and hopefully, maybe I repeat down the road. I might be able to do it again. That'll be out of your aim, but but it was just unreal, that feeling that not alone have I won first prize, have I won a champion yearling or 2-year-old, but to go on and win supreme champion. And like, I have a very good friend I have to thank. I have a lot of good people around me. But especially my daughter and my grandson. And I have 2 great men here with me, always, Pecky Whelan and John Buck, and without them I couldn't. This is a big team, this is a big effort. Like, there's a lot of work involved in this showing, but without those 4 people I could not do it. But there's also another great friend and a great horseman and a great showman, Tiernan Gill from Mayo and his family. Like, Tiernan showed this filly for me from a year on, and the way that man turns out them animals and the way he professional, and without Tiernan probably she would never have come to the top, because whatever was there, he'd bring it out, and he's a fantastic man, and so is his family. And I've been lucky that he does take on my horses, because I'm just lucky that he shows to me. And then last year I had the good fortune, or what we want to call it, I bred the 2 winners in the breeders in Dublin, and I sold them as foals. As a matter of fact, while I'm standing here out in the green and Ballinasloe, I sold one of them to Valerie Davis down in Donegal, and she went on to win. As a matter of fact, it's a small world. She was first in that class in Dublin last year, and I was second. So something which was great. Like, something I sold went on to put me into second place, and that's lovely. That's what it's about. And then the other foal I sold to Martin Murphy from Mayo, and he went on with that as a foal, and went on and to win the eventing side of it. But you see, it's very important when you're setting foals too that they go to the right place and the right people, because sometimes they're not produced, and that's what it's about. Like, it's where they go, and those people will bring them out and show them, and the more they show them and produce them, and they're helping my portfolio to, with my prefix, I suppose we'll be breeding about 15, 16 mares. It depends, some years could be up or could be down. I'd have 2 to 3 draft mares that I'd be breeding and be trying to show them, we'll say, at the shows and their offsprings. And then I'd have a good few the jumping linemen, the jumping breed, well-bred mares. Some mares 140, 150s, and trying to breed foals out of them that will go on to compete. You always have to try and you have to have the dam, and then you can go and pick your stallion. I love the GAA, like in Galway. I was involved in GAA all my life, hurling. But the summer it's a full-time job. Like, mares foaling, get the back in foal, and then you have the shown the weekends, and that's my summer. Like, shown, and it finishes here in Ballinasloe, and when it's over, you miss it. But then again, you need to give you time to get your thoughts together and put a plan for next year. And that's you always have to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead. If you don't, you're not going to succeed. You have to plan for next year what you're going to breed, what you're going to show. There's no point going to Dublin unless you have a fighting chance, as I would say. So I'd be hoping to bring. I think I have a nice foal, hard rock foal. She'll be going in mare 4 class in Dublin on the Saturday, and then I'll be bringing the draft mare and a foal that's here today to Dublin. I'll be bringing the dry mare Stinted class to Dublin, and I have a full brother to the champion 3-year-old last year that won the Supreme Champion Young. I have our full brother. He'll be there or thereabouts. He looks the part, but again, you don't know. Like, when you go to Dublin, you soon know them what you have. But that's what it's about. It's about the challenge. It's a challenge.